time. We're back. Rocket League tournament. But only this time it is not Jake versus Ryan. No. It is Mason versus Ethan. Big matchup coming soon.
Yes. Honor, these two kids I've never heard of are facing off against each other to compete for the $50
and guess who's
prize
back
at the
on
end.
the commentator mic? We have our boy Caleb. What do you have to say, Caleb?
How you doing?
Very.
I was just sleeping.
Personality. He's got a lot of character. He does. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The match is starting. Best 2 out of 3. I want you both to leave the party, actually. So if y'all can do that real quick.
Rocket League music.
Mason, leave the party. Yes, he is gone.
Mason,
So now,
get the fuck out. There you go.
It
Now,
is
that's the important
happening.
shit. Alright, how the fuck are we gonna scheme them out of the $50? I'm just gonna. Alright, it's time to spectate and see what our opponents are all about. Now we know Jake has his skyrocketing tactic.
Right.
Well, what can Ethan and Mason offer and bring to the table? Hopefully they understand that their teams are already leveled out for them and they won't fuck it up completely. Alright, I think they've got it.
Oh, wow. Starting off strong with both
Griffin
of them
gets it off
hitting the
first.
ball.
I think that's Ethan. Ethan gets it off first. Mason's upside down.
Mason is upside
I don't
down.
know what the
His
fuck
ping
is going on.
normal. Let's say this real quick. His ping is at a crisp 84. Oh, lining up the shot, still missing and hitting it back in. Mason still upside down.
What do you think could be running through Mason's head right now? You
There
think
could
he's
be-
playing with him, or you think he's letting him hit that?
There are definitely a lot of things going through his head right now. Mason is upside down, and that is for sure. Mason has left the game, ladies and gentlemen.
I was gonna say I don't see his car anywhere.
This has happened in all of my
Ethan,
days.
baffled at the fact, doesn't know what he's doing.
My man Ethan is baffled. I think we should invite him, and unless Mason
Perhaps we
joins
should.
back
Them
within a
both.
reasonable time,
Mason.
then we'll have to disqualify him. Sadly, this might be a very short episode.
Indeed.
Unless he gets back, we may have to disqualify him. There is really no reason that he was gone. What do you think is happening right now, Ethan? What is happening right now, Mason? Your game. Alright, we're gonna need this match to reset. Everybody leave the match really quickly. Everybody leave the match. Yeah, once I saw him upside down. Alright, is everybody...
Nah, I saw you flipped upside down like a turtle. I was like, oh.
Everybody in the lobby? Everybody ready? No, I kicked Jake because he's not here.
I wanted to watch.
Oh, no, I thought you were watching anime. Well, I will invite you back.
I was sitting here with my mic muted watching, then I get yeeted.
Yeah, I thought you were watching. I was kicking all the players who weren't here.
Alright, well I'm finna mute my
Mason,
mic.
are you here? Oh, well, I was about to start it and I was like, wait a minute. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been 3 minutes and we have wasted your time, but Mason is having some difficulties. We are good to go. We're actually not going to do random because that was stupid. We're going to Champions Field.
Something a little smaller, perhaps.
No.
Or
Alright,
one
so what we're
versus
going to
one.
do, ladies and gentlemen, it gives you enough room to move to be whatever strat you want.
I'm not sure we need that. You know, these games need to be within, you know, the time span, and we don't need to be uploading 45-minute episodes every time.
Hey, but guess what? They're 5-minute capped. Alright, bud? Alright. Just kidding.
If
Love you.
this man calls me bud one more time, I might kill him, ladies and gentlemen.
I would not doubt that, ladies and gentlemen. I need
All right,
you
on to the second
pray for my
game
safety.
of the tournament. Second bracket
Second game, second
Ethan
bracket.
versus Mason.
Let us go. Will they hit the ball at the
Heading
same
off.
speed again? No.
Mason gets first hit.
Mason gets it.
Ethan doesn't know where the fuck he's going.
Mason
Complete
doesn't know
opposite
where
way,
he's
perhaps
going.
to collect some boost. Shoots
Oh.
on goal. Ethan with the great defense.
By the way, I need
Loving
to
his
leave
skin
the
right now
party,
with the donuts.
but I can kick you from the party, so that's fine. So just go about your day.
Skillful Griffin.
Alright, they are gone from the party. They probably think I just kicked them, but it's okay. Skillful Griffin already with the 1 point. It is okay. Mason can come back. It is only 1 point. He has 4 minutes 30 seconds, but it looks like Skillful Griffin's got a lead here, going for the Jake, but misses. He is not as Jake down as we thought. He's basically mentored by Jake. Let's keep that in mind. So if he starts doing some Jake type moves, we know who taught him those. Mason,
Oh, very
nice
certainly.
block.
You know, Jake has that mastered down, but Ethan's kind of his little wingman. Together, they're really good.
It's
But I
kind
mean,
of
name
like
a
when
duo that
Justin hung out with that tiny little kid on Wizards of Waverly Place. It was kind of weird
That
at
was
first.
really good. You know, I think you should stop talking about that and just stop demoting our viewer count. The very
that one
minuscule amount
time-
we have.
And on the show Hannah Montana, when her brother that I forgot the name of also hung out with that little kid.
Now,
what
I don't know
is-
what
what
the
is
fuck
the
you're
deal
talking about, but you know,
with
Ethan got
hanging out with
first
little
hit.
kids?
He has a beautiful shot on goal right now.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
Messes up the opportunity.
Hanging
Mason
out like a
coming up
mentor.
right behind, looking like he's suffering a little bit of delay on his end.
It seems
Tries to
if
shoot on
so,
goal.
the ping seems to be fine.
Mason knocks it out.
He does have more ping than Ethan, but only 88, which is very small compared to the 108.
Very
that was
nice
suffered
tap
by
in
Dez.
by Ethan.
What a nice goal.
I think that was great.
Perfectly
I don't think
wind
I
up
would have been able to do
alley-oop.
that. I would have mistakenly double jumped.
I really enjoyed that goal. Let us see if Mason can come back within this game. Keep in mind,
Ethan again
even-
with the first hit.
the good thing about this being the first game is that if the best thing about this being the first game is you know, it's the wrong game there, bud, but is even if they lose, they have a little bit of leeway as they can come back within the second game. But it looks
Oh
like,
yeah, definitely.
oh, classic Nick.
You know,
Classic
I
Nick
thought there was
coming
only
in.
supposed to be a duo commentator.
Yeah,
but
but
we have a
big
newcomer.
tall man Seth, otherwise known as Big Squatch, has joined us, ladies and gentlemen. Commentating
I don't
this
know what the
Rocket
fuck you're
League
talking
match.
about, Brian, but
Tall,
I mean,
tall man Seth. He is 6'8". That is my first name, Seth.
he is not wary that your first name is
He is
Brian.
not.
Now,
I
he
know
goes
this
by
man
Hunter,
in
but
real
get
life.
it. Let's listen here,
Let's
folks.
throw it out there.
His real life name is Brian.
Let's
I
throw
said
this
the
out
same
there.
shit when I figured out his name was Brian.
Let's throw this out there. That I know
Exactly.
this
That's
guy
a
in
dude.
real
I've
life.
known him
Year
for
and a
3
half.
years, and guess what? I didn't even know his name was Brian. Called me
Yeah.
his best friend and everything. I felt so betrayed when this nigga said his
Yeah,
name was
I
Brian.
swear to God, I had told you at
Here
one
I am.
point,
Here
and
I
then
am
when it
thinking
was
his name
brung
is
up,
Hunter
I
my
was like,
whole life. Well, he swore to God, but God will strike him down one day.
I'm just right. Okay. Twitch.tv/the Mr. Waters.
That's it's not a plug-in. I promise.
That's not a plug. I'm just
the Mr. Waters.
simply saying that Twitch.tv/the Mr. Waters.
Twitch.tv/Mr. Waters.
Spectator mode. Yes. Emery
You know, you
should
can
be in
figure
the
out
game
a lot of things
spectating.
about it if you go on Twitch.tv/the Mr. Waters.
Are you
But,
at Emery's house right now?
Nice little tap in.
Right.
And, you know, he scored his own goal.
Wow.
Maybe he gave up that time. You never
I'm
really know.
Pointing out
Things
that
are not looking
Mason,
too bright here for Mason.
things are not looking bright. It seems like
Jake's
Emery's having
boyfriend, I
trouble.
mean, Ethan has scored once again.
Plot twist. Well, because Emery is dumb and wasn't here when the game started. But if you hit change team, there should be a spectator team called spectate. It's not that hard. Press start. It'll be right there. Are you in the game or in the lobby? then you are in the lobby. You have to
You are in the lobby.
You have to wait until this game is over. They're doing a best 2 out of 3. I don't know if it'll let you spectate. Because Emery
No,
waited
sir,
so
it will
long to
not.
join.
So you have to wait a minute 27.
So if you want to, Twitch. What? Okay. The dog noise? That is a true fact, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, Doggo needs to go outside. He's literally asking you to bring him out.
Can we
Either that or
please
you
take
are-
the dog outside, as he does
Can
need
we
to
take
pee.
the dog out? We are on Twitch. We are on twitch.tv/TheMrWaters. You need to take that dog elsewhere. It's ruining the audio.
The Mr. Waters. See how quickly
I believe he will. With a name like Seth, what is he capable of, ladies and gentlemen?
Ladies and gentlemen, this man could really do anything.
My name is Gerald.
This
The
man's
Pussy
name
Destroyer.
is
What's
Gerald
your
the
name?
Pussy Destroyer.
Yes, that is my name. Oh, was he a pussy destroyer like me?
Fellow Jared.
Oh, you've never met a top flight security nigga like me. That's why. Almost taunting him, sets it up in front of the goal and shoots in. That is some G shit if I've
What
ever seen it in
An
Rocket League.
amazing goal right there. It's taunting him.
Wow, almost like he crossed him the fuck out. You know, this guy's like the Stephen Curry of Rocket League.
I think we need I think we may need an air pump. I think we may need an air pump because this man just broke his tires. His tires are broken. They are, and it seems like that might be a reason he's losing really early in the game, and he has not been
now
able
it is
to come back
still
from
0-8. Seems like the same old story here.
It is 0-8.
It's like,
make 8.
you know, you're either on or
Just
you're
kidding.
off, really. And I think this is not a on day for Mason.
Wait, wait a minute.
Ethan
It
just
could be 0
taunting
for
the
9.
ball in.
It could be 0 for 9, ladies and gentlemen. 8.
How very
7
naive
seconds
of
left.
Mason to just let him do that. Maybe even score a goal. He just attempted to score his own goal.
What a first match.
How
going
very
to
cocky
Ethan.
of Ethan.
First match going to Ethan. The second match about to get on your way.
Now we're getting all readied up to get into the second match. Ethan with the commanding 8-0 lead
This
over
is
Mason. I almost
pretty
forgot his
bad.
name for 2 seconds
Ethan
there,
with
Brian.
an 8-0
Hunter.
lead in the first match. Now, let's see if Mason can come back these next 2 matches, bring out something we've never seen before from Mason. Do you think he can do it,
I mean,
Caleb?
clearly not, because people on this game kind of suck so far, Hunter. I won't even lie.
That is pretty correct. Now, do you think Mason will be able to come back?
You know, there's no real telling. If Mason
You're
brings
not
it
a
this
spectator.
time, then he brings it this time. You're not a spectator, nor are you a commentator. I don't know if it's Emery or Seth, but with a name like Emery, who can you really be these days? Am I right?
Who can you be these days with a name
Besides
like Emery?
yourself.
Oh,
Now,
it looks like
Mason
Mason
has an
might
incredible
score.
shot on
No.
goal, and he had no
he will not.
boost.
Mason needs that boost in order to score those goals.
Very
Wait a
tragic.
minute.
I
Ethan
like
going
the
with
shot
a,
on goal from
with a
Ethan.
Jake. Oh, Mason might have scored it into his
Waiting
own
for it
goal.
to hit off the wall,
Alley-ooped it
knowing
for
what he
him.
can
Yes,
do.
he did.
What a great look for Ethan.
Mason alley-ooping the ball for Ethan. Look at this. Boom. It looks like Mason might suffer defeat really hard as he went 8-0 in the last game. And he is currently 0-1 with Ethan pulling this weird strat of not going for the ball, but neither does Mason. I have no idea what's happening, ladies and gentlemen, but Ethan gets the
Amazing
second
strategy
point.
from Ethan here. Obviously playing the patient.
Ethan now with 10
Other
goals,
players,
Mason
2 on the
with
defensive.
0.
Thought he can get around it. Play a little more tactically. Ethan just knows
Just
a
as
little more than him.
Quick recap, this is a 2 out of 3 1v1 Rocket League tournament. Mason losing 0-10 in the first game. Now losing 0-2, but we have 4 minutes left. He might be able to bring it back. I don't know. It looks like Ethan's using the tricks that Jake taught him, the aerial tricks, and then some extra ones that he has thrown in there. Maybe he's learned from somebody else. Maybe he's learned them himself. We don't know, but it looks like he's about to put it in the hole. And there he goes, upside down, ladies and gentlemen. What a goal.
Completely went upside down, looking like an all-star game in the NBA, doing whatever the fuck they can to look cool.
Look at that.
I kind of like it.
Upside
I'm not
down.
gonna lie, Hunter.
That was
I
a
kinda
nice
like
taunt.
it.
I don't hate you,
You know,
for liking it.
I say the same thing, but I feel like I would do the same shit in a game like Overwatch. You know, if somebody I know is below my skill. Wow, what a terrible shot on goal. If somebody I know is below my skill level, I am most likely taunting them.
That is correct. That's
matched
how
up
the
with
game
me.
works.
They chose. They pressed the quick
Oh
player. They
my
pressed
God,
competitive,
what a
and that's
goal.
what they get.
Let's just talk about this goal for a second. It really looked like he wasn't going to be able to get it, but then all of a sudden, coming back around, stopping it just in time to get his 4th goal. Mason still with 0.
You know, there is a pattern with these blue competitors. Blue just tends to be very naive with the way they play. Doesn't really tend to adjust to what Ethan's doing.
Right.
And what Ethan's doing is the same gameplay as Jake.
Hitting
you can see it,
another.
he goes
Oh
in the air,
no! What a shame.
sets himself up for a shot
What
on
a
goal
shame.
within the air. And what are you gonna do after that?
That
You
is a
just
bad
leg
shame.
off, rush for
Hitting
the ball,
it in. Watch this. Hitting it in
Easy.
himself, ladies and gentlemen. Mason.
and he has air priority already. Same tactic as Jake, just a little more like self-centered on style.
It's almost
Look at
as
him.
if.
That was the cost of his style.
Wait a minute, coming
On
back.
goal like that. Within 9 seconds of the session,
All it took was 9 seconds
Mason got a goal.
for Mason to
1
get
to
that
5.
wonderful looking
4
goal.
points
Can
down.
he do it again? Looks like they're
I don't
both
think
going
so.
for
I
it.
think Ethan's gonna go for the ball
Oh.
now. Ethan's scared.
Yeah, Ethan's going for the ball. Scared. Alley ooping in the middle. It looks like Ethan's not
Ethan
gonna
knows
go
that
for
if
it.
he leaves him open, it will only result in a shot on goal.
Yeah, he does know that
Ethan
if he
with the
does.
easy save here. Ethan definitely has control over his vehicle.
It seems that even though Ethan has this giant lead, he knows that if he gives any more aggression than he needs to, then Mason could easily come back with a goal and score when Ethan is not paying
Indeed,
attention.
that is the momentum of Rocket League here.
It looks like
Although a bit
Mason's
slow and attentive.
Looks like Mason's stuttering a bit. That stutter might have cost him that goal. He stuttered a good few seconds to go after the ball. But it looks like he's going another attempt right here, using all his boost, lining it up, but couldn't get it as he had no more boost.
You know, I just fell asleep with my eyes open. I never thought it was possible, Hunter, but I did.
This game is really
What I'm
getting
witnessing
out
here
of
is the
hand.
same old story, and I'm not joking. I'm
Same
not trying
old
to be an
story.
asshole. I literally fell asleep with my eyes open.
That was something. Let's take a look at this. This beautiful. It was an aerial goal from his mentor, Jake, getting it in there. The score is now 1-6. Mason with 1, Ethan with 6. It looks like. Now I'm not going to judge immediately, but it looks like we may have a certain winner right here. Mason does look like
We
he's
may
going to
have a
advance.
winner on our hands. Ethan does look like he's in a very commanding lead here.
It looks like
Doesn't
he's
look
about
like
to get
it'll be
another
changing
goal.
anytime
Oh,
soon.
and wait a
Even
minute, ladies and
Swags on it.
gentlemen. I don't know if that was an
attempts to put a little bit of style on it.
I don't know if that was an
That was definitely
intentional
intended.
spicy flavoring, but he did hit it out for himself, going for a big aerial goal from his mentor Jake, missing completely, giving up, trying to go for another one. Oh, hitting! Oh, he's toying with
Seems
Mason
to just
at
be
this point,
toying with him at this point.
taunting him.
1 minute,
Possibly
34
taking his
left in
head
the
off
game.
with that
Simply
lariat there.
doing circles and spins, doing flips and such.
Oh my God, he
Simply
did in fact
toying
take his
with
head
Mason
off
here.
with that lariat. Oh,
2 to
6
6,
right
4
now.
points down. Mason.
Wait a minute, let's watch this right there.
If Mason
Boom,
can
his
come
head,
back to this,
his head came off after that lariat. It was not a good shot for Mason, but Mason kept going forward anyway, as Ethan almost let him with this weird toying game that he's playing with him. Do you think Mason can come back even with Ethan toying with him like this?
you know, I think Ethan's an asshole for doing this to him. I mean, he's obviously like inexperienced, and I mean, he's in a tournament, so I don't blame him at the same time. But 2 to 7, a minute 10. Come on, I don't think you have much time for that anymore.
It's almost sealed.
I
at
think
this
it's way
point.
past. I think it's
Wait.
way past comeback time for Mason.
Do we have a few words from Jake?
He's getting his cheeks clapped.
My penis is
Hard
little.
as
All right,
hell.
thank you, Jake, for your input. We really
Oh,
appreciate
lovely
it.
words from Jake. Oh,
All
he's
right,
going
back
for
to
the
the
aerial
gameplay. All
goal.
right, Mason.
Oh, misses.
Well, they
terribly.
shot near the goal. Ethan practically clears it. I think Mason just made himself his own goal. No,
He
I
might
would
have
say
alley-ooped it
congratulations
for
because he got
himself.
himself his own goal. But nice clear by Mason, definitely getting it away from the
Wonderful
goal.
clear. It almost just
Needs
makes you
to do
feel
a better
really
job
bad
with
for
rocketing
him.
up to the ball. I don't
Makes
think I
you-
feel bad for him at all. He's not using his head.
He really isn't. He looks like he's setting it up again, but Ethan coming back in with the aerials.
In fact,
assault,
the
taking
only
it out.
reason why Ethan is winning this game is because he's using his rockets in air, and that's really what Mason likes, is that air control and that overall car control.
That is
In
correct.
Rocket League.
There he goes off into the sky. 18 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Ethan is going to take this match, but it's looked like that since the game started. You can't blame him for going on this hard offense, as Mason doesn't know what he's doing with defense. He's going for almost strictly offense at this point, missing that perfect alley-oop. He's choking up a little bit. It's almost as if he knows it's certain defeat with 10 seconds left, needing to score 7 goals. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen.
In 10 seconds, 2-9. I
Even
mean,
if Ethan let him.
he should just be doing whatever at this point. I would just maintain my score. I wouldn't do anything too hasty.
It looks
Ethan
like-
obviously looking to continue his reign.
Oh, missing that last shot. It is okay because he
Forgive me.
still won the match. Ethan is our official winner of today, of this round. And it looks like Ethan will
Ethan
go on to
and Jake
face,
have now moved on.
Ethan will go on
So
to
the
face
two gay lovers have
Jake.
now moved on. Mason and Vet, whatever the fuck his name was, have been booted out of the tournament. The next matchup will be between. Oh, let me read this name. I gotta make sure I'm reading this right. Big Dick Negro versus Miles. I mean, this game is obviously gonna be good.
Oh,
Just think about it. The
it's spelled like that.
competitors.
I believe it's pronounced Caleb.
Oh, I always mistake the two. They're very similar. And,
Right.
It's just like the spelling, man. It's like the village, like how people like mistake phase for like phase,
Right.
like
right.
bowl
Face
for
plant,
bowl,
right.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking
Anyway.
about. Yeah, just like. All right, we're gonna get them in here. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see what they have to say.
Should I have mentioned that Miles got off 20 minutes ago?
No, we know he got off. I was gonna get him back on.
We are now leaving the match.
We are going to see. Wait a minute, Ethan. We're going to wait till Mason gets here so we can exchange some words here. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Now, before anything is said, I would like to ask you both, starting with Mason, how did you think you did that game? You've played a handful of times and you've done decent, but I think there was something with that game, whether it was you weren't too paying attention on defense and you focused a little too much on it as well. You didn't really switch up your strategies, you just kind of held the same one. But other than that,
Yeah, and I think the real advantage Ethan had on you was that he uses rockets in air, and you were kind of stuck on the floor
right.
playing booster car, and he was playing Rocket League.
It really do be like that sometimes. Although Alright. Now, Ethan, how do you think you did? Right. Right. Mason, if you could describe how your opponent did, what would you say? Alright, now Ethan, how would you describe Mason's play? Right. Well, wise words from the both of you. Do you have any closing words you would like to state?
The skill gap was too far.
Good job,
That's all it
Jake.
needs to be said.
What about you, Mason? Any closing words? Well, that's 2 for 2 on losers going to sleep.
I feel like they're gonna go cry themselves to sleep. Maybe cuddle up next to their anime body pillow. You know.
All right, Ethan, it's on this match. Oh. Well, look at that.
So if
Nothing
Miles
but
doesn't
love
get
and
back
good
on, who's gonna
sportsmanship.
play Caleb?
Miles will play Caleb, and if he doesn't get on, then we're probably either going to wait till a later date or disqualify him. We'll see how the night goes, but I do know that if that does not happen, our next match will be Emery versus Quentin, two best friends wanting to make it to the end together, fighting each other in the first round. What a match we have coming up, ladies and gentlemen. But that has been the second episode. We will see you next time. Let me figure out where the Twitch button is, and there it is.